Alright everybody, I want to do a quick video today about the Omni Dry Air Mover, right? We're out here, we're shampooing carpets. They don't dry quickly, especially in the wintertime. What can you do to speed up that process? Right now I use customers' heat. I don't love doing that. I'm looking into another solution. A mini air mover for carpeting inside of a vehicle. We're going to test it out today and I'll let you know if it might be something as a detailer or an enthusiast that might actually really help you out. Just go back and forth. Alright, because I'm a scrub, I'm going to try to open this with a pen. This is the Omni Dry Mini Air Mover. Just doing what I've got in front of me. All right, here we go. So, I'm gonna open the box. I got this from my local Interlink or Ramsco supplier. These guys are awesome. What I'm saying to any detailer out there is go into one of these stores and just like start chatting. There's a lot of knowledge out there. Okay. So this is the air mover. It's not too heavy. I think it pulls 1.8 amps. Is that right? Wow, that's nothing. So I just did a video about how things always seem to go wrong. My Fuji X100T, which has a nicer quality, the battery's not lasting very long, and I'm having memory issues with my Mac because I don't have an external hard drive yet. And now my GoPro doesn't want to stay on. So I'm just trying to do one thing at a time, roll with the punches. So what we've got here is a very clean carpet. I've already pre-sprayed it with a product I really love called EnCapsuClean. Normally I would just do about that much of a mist and then really agitate it. But for the purposes of this video, I had already wet that and we just wet it again. So this is like, can you see the marks I'm leaving? This is an incredibly wet carpet. What we're trying to do today is test how fast this thing dries. So I'm just gonna do the middle section of this carpet here. It's super wet, super frothy. It's gonna take a long time to dry, especially in the wintertime. That's why I wanna try this air mover and we'll see how it works. I'm just going to take the cord off here, unwind it. The cord is not that long. I'll give you that warning right now. Here it is. I'm gonna put it on speed 3 and see what happens. Feel the air moving there. Just gonna set it right here and we'll see what happens. So this is the current setup. It's 8:35 in the morning and that's definitely damp. Like I can feel that in my fingers. It's way too damp for a customer. So I can feel the air moving here. You can listen for how quiet it is. And you don't have to run the customer's heat. Again, if I'm not crazy, this says 1.8 amps, which is just nothing in the grand scheme of things. I wouldn't normally set it on here because that's also damp carpeting, but I just wanted to do this for the purposes of the video to see what this could do. Just straight up along the ground there as far as drying this carpet. So I'll just keep checking in. And I just added that little laundry basket just to give this a chance too, because this is also super moist. Like, again, this would be way too wet. If you can see the kind of the difference, just the moisture in there. This would be way too wet to give to a customer. So again, just giving this part of the carpet and that part of the carpet, and we'll pretend this doesn't exist for now, just to see what that does. I don't know anything about air movers. I mean, maybe being next to it helps, but I assume the air is moving this way, so that's where the effect would be. So I'm gonna keep watching for this. You guys can laugh at me, make fun of me if you want, but just trying to figure out what's the best way to do this, and can this be a better alternative than, you know, blasting heat, you know, especially in and around Park City. People don't want me running any more into the beautiful environment than I have to, and I totally get it. I don't want to be inhaling any of this stuff either, as far as, you know, generators and engines running. But anyway, 1.8 amps, super quiet. We're gonna time it and just check back in. All right, it's now 8:40 in the morning. Definitely still feel moist. I mean, maybe it's psychological. It feels like maybe it's 5% better. That's probably just psychological. So after 5 minutes, definitely still moisture. So I'm probably jumping the gun here. I'm gonna check back very soon. And you know, maybe that much encapsulation solution would probably be equivalent to rinsing with an extractor, right? You're introducing a lot of moisture in there because you kind of have to clean it the right way. You don't want to over wet, but certainly drying is part of the process. The faster you dry your carpet, the better. The longer it goes in the drying process, the more variables there are, including increased chances of wicking. So fast drying times are essential, whether you're inside of a home or you're giving someone carpets for inside of their car. All right, so let's get back on schedule. It's 8:45 in the morning. We've got the Omni Pro, it's been running. So compared to 5 minutes ago, this doesn't feel like a huge change, but I will say that compared to 10 minutes ago, that would have felt like an improvement. So I can say tangible improvement within 10 minutes of pretty direct contact. Is it ready for a customer yet? No, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels a lot closer now. So 10 minutes is pretty impressive dry time so far. I mean, in cold climates like this, and we built a snowman yesterday, this is not gonna dry in anything less than 2 hours, maybe 3, and you're still a little moist at the end. It could probably be 3 hours like the floor mat sitting in the garage, and then you're done with the rest of the detail, and you come back to these and you're like, I have to put these in the car with the heat running on the floor just to finish these off. So this can be a real nightmare, especially in winter months when you don't have the hot sun to bake some of your handiwork. So just taking a look at the phone here, it is 9:46, so we gave it a good hour. It's below freezing in my garage, but I would say that aside from feeling cold, these carpets are nearly bone dry. So I know we gave it more than an hour of time. I don't know that this was the perfect test, but I know that this definitely worked. Like I said, I got this from my supplier, and like I said, well over an hour of nice direct air, and this is great. So I'm not, you know, throwing someone's keys in their ignition, getting that smell going to the top of the garage in the wintertime. Nobody needs that. You know, would it have been amazing in 10 minutes if everything was perfect? Sure. And by the way, I had to walk away for a second doing dad stuff. But I came back, and an hour later, these are perfectly acceptable for the customer, and they're super soft, actually. So I think this is a great investment. Like I said, I got this for about $90 at my local supplier. And I would say, you know, well after an hour, but just outside the hour range, these are perfectly acceptable results for my customer. I think in an hour and a half, it's so hard to tell because the air is cold, it's freezing in my garage, but these are not ideal temperatures for a carpet to dry, right? When it's hot out, it's gonna dry a lot faster. So up against kind of the worst possible situation, extremely wet, extremely cold, this delivered really well. I think as far as the noise goes and the price, I'm really excited. Probably at some point I'll geek out and have like 4 of these on every section. But what I would do is start with the driver's side first and just blast this at an angle down from the kick plate into the driver's side, you know, carpeting area, because that's what they're gonna use and experience first. Hey guys, so real quick, I just used this air mover here on this Land Cruiser, and it was great. I did it like 10 minutes on each section of carpet, and the whole vehicle felt like it was airing out in a really impressive and quick way. Is this a toy? A little bit, but I think it's something that you could definitely consider adding if you're having wet carpeting issues with customers and you want your carpets to dry fast.